Alrighty, so welcome to McBean Scottish Fitness, Farms and Prepping. As you can see, they have taken the field down a little bit, and I'm trying to come on. There we go. Trying to get this locked so it's easier for me to handle. And I had to turn the Bluetooth off. So I had my Bluetooth with me and did some chores before I started walking, and realized it wasn't in my ear anymore. And well, likely I'm going to find it. So Jack had sent me a link for kind of more professional system, and I'm interested in it. It's just 170 bucks. It's kind of an investment that I'm not sure if it will pay off yet. I suppose if I was making, $300-400 a month on YouTube, it would make sense, but I'm not. Making an average of, I would say, probably 45. So about every other month or every third month, it's just a nice dinner out with the wife and I, or maybe picking up a bill. But it's fun, so I'll give it that. But it's definitely not my main way of making a living. And for those of you that do make a living on it, hey, congratulations to you. I know a lot of you have put more than a decade into it, so there's that. Yeah, let's see if I can get this tilted just right. There we go. Looks a little better. Go back in the woods. It's just too nice of a day not to be out here. I actually had to go to a lighter coat. The first one I grabbed, I could tell right away it was going to be too much. So, see, more and more leaves have fallen. Trail's getting a little bit easier to follow. And I'm looking for more handle material. I might be looking for a different type of tree this time. And see if I scare anything up. Not really moving with any sort of stealth. So any deer here have had plenty of notice that I'm coming. So there's another tree that fell down. That fell down this year. Looks like that one too. That's just, they get old, they start rotting in the middle. And finally a big wind cracks them and takes them down. You always gotta be careful when you walk under them, because, they tend to fall. So definitely on a windy day, this wouldn't be something I'd want to try. Look at that. See all those crows? It's not like they want to go too far. They're letting everybody know I'm here. Like I said, it's nice and peaceful out here. You can't beat the relaxation of it. You know, when you get tired, just sit on a log. Test them first. Okay. There we go. There we go. You don't tired to sit on a log and just kind of take in the sights and scenery. And you just kick back here and relax. I mean, it's so relaxing here. This is something that I could do all day. And so that's why I try to get out here on a day like today. It's 60 degrees, sunny. I said, I'll go to the gym later on this afternoon, but I'm going to get out and do some walking today. How much more peaceful it is out here, how much more enjoyable it is, compared to the big cities. I mean, especially, the last couple weeks, it's just violence out there. And it's my thought, my little theory that I've learned through some experiments with mice, is when you get a population in such a condensed area, the amount of deviancy increases exponentially. In a small town, there's not a lot of crime. People tend to get along with each other. They have things to do outside. They're out here enjoying nature. They're not going into these protests and protesting about something that's not even on this continent. They're not sitting there and making up things to be oppressed about. Yeah. It's just, it's a more wholesome living, and, they even kind of frown on it. Oh, rednecks, yeah, this. I said, well, we live happier than you do. Because it seems like y'all that are protesting and are offended by everything under the sun, you're not living a very happy life. I am. Not saying that I don't have things that are weighing on my mind and bills to pay and, bank being a dick and things like that, but, when it comes down to it, you can either be mad all the time and let your health go to hell, or you can learn to deal with the problems that you have and then spend the other time just enjoying yourself. I mean, you got people protesting stuff that's happening overseas. What about your own life? You don't have anything going on in your own life? Well, maybe this is why. Maybe there's nothing going on with your life because you're too busy sitting there trying to be oppressed, trying to be, I gotta fight for this, I gotta fight for that. I'm sorry, you don't. But you might want to sit there and spend more time enjoying yourself. There we go. That's a better light. I mean, really, why are you out there tearing down stuff? What do you think you're accomplishing? And then when you do get filmed, how do you think that's going to affect your future life? As an employer, these days now, they check your online presence. They do a search. There's programs that search you on the net. And if you're sitting there trying to get into a a place where you could be in front of people, especially if you're going to be in front of people of, means and influence, people have jobs, and you've been out there acting the fool, you're not going to get hired. They won't tell you that. They just won't hire you. And then if you are in a job where you're a professor or you're in a professional business and you're doing silly stuff like that and you get caught, guess what? You now lost your job. All right, because they can't afford to have you on there. A business does not care about your cause. They don't. They can't. They're in business. And then all of you in the entertainment industry, so what's the latest thing? Bill Maher's wife sit there and flipped off President Trump. Okay, it's fine to do it, and I'm sure, 60% of the people that follow him thought it was funny, but he's probably lost 40% right there. That's income. Because his wife thought this would be cool. Oh, I'm going to be on national TV now. Now I'll be relevant. Well, you're relevant, all right. The problem is as divided as everything is, you ended up pissing off almost half his audience. He's gonna see that. It's all over, Twitter. It's all over TikTok. It's all over social media. I feel sorry for him. He's got to live with everybody going, oh, thanks, honey. I really wish you would have ran that one by me, and I did it right there when I was there. But decisions, actions have consequences, good and bad, but they always have consequences. I stay out of the big city because if any of that stuff happened around me, it would not go down well. So the best thing for me is not to be there. All right. Even when I'm out here, I'm alert. Am I worried about getting attacked out here? No. Unless it was a rabid coyote, and I got something for it too. But when I'm walking down the road, even when I'm walking around my house, I have to be aware. There are people out there that are just looking for targets, and the first thing they look to see if you're paying attention or not. And if you're not paying attention, you become a target. Or if you look meek, you become a target. That's just the way human nature is. The animals don't go after the strong, elk bull. They go after the young, or they go after the weak. Because that strong elk bull will kill them, or at least injure them, which eventually will lead to their death. They know better. And your predators know the same thing. Your gangbangers are only brave when they're in a group, not brave one-on-one. You got those 15 that beat a kid to death. Just like a pack of rabid dogs. How did it get this way? Well, there's no punishment. We try to excuse it. All right. Now, if the racials were reversed, and if it was a black kid that got beat to death by 15 white kids, it would be on the news 24/7. They're trying to push a narrative, but it's the other way around. You see it on TikTok, but it's not on the news 24/7. It may have got mentioned once or twice, but that's about it. Media is trying to direct you to division and trying to tell you you're supposed to be oppressed. There's nothing to be oppressed out here. How can I be oppressed? 60 degrees, it's sunny. Got like no wind coming through. Clean, fresh air. This is what I worked for. This was my goal. Was it hard to get this? Yeah, it was very hard. It was difficult. At one point, I didn't think it was going to happen. But I worked hard, and the wife worked hard, and we made it happen. Is it difficult to hang on to? Yeah, it is. You keep wanting to raise your taxes. Everything has gone up. I don't know what Bidenomics is talking about White House, but you're full of it. Even though the eggs are not $6.50 a dozen anymore, they're still $2 to $3. They used to be $1. It's 100% inflation. fuel's down about $1 or $3.30, but it used to be $1.80. That's 80% inflation. I don't know where you get this 5 or 6%. That's not the way it is. Meat has went up. Car batteries have went up. I'm looking at butter. You used to be able to get butter for $3 a pound. It's now on sale for $6.50. That's inflation, folks. So the money you're making is only going half as far. Heating oil has went up. Propane, electricity, they've all went up. At what point do we say, hey, something's got to give? And I don't mean given to foreign countries. We're giving all that money to Ukraine. And you can say, well, we want to help them out. Yeah, okay. I understand that, but we have problems here. We're trying to secure their border, and ours is wide open. And if you don't realize that, you're blind, deaf, and stupid. I'm sorry. Our border's been wide open for years. We have people here that hate America. They're out there protesting in New York, tearing down our flags. And if that doesn't open your eyes, I don't know what is. Oh, they're just upset about what? It ain't happening to them here. It's happening over in the Middle East. So what are they upset about? It's called an invasion, folks. They didn't do it with an army. They didn't do it crossing a battle line because we opened it wide open. They just walked right in and we let them. And you voted for the people that let them. And you're still voting for the people that let them. So, how did America collapse? Through the stupidity of its people. My opinion. If you vote Democrat, you don't care about America. Period. If you vote Democrat, you don't care about women. Period. You vote Democrat, you just don't care. You're just blindly punching a ticket. Well, I've always voted that way. My father voted that way. It's not the same party. But out here, yeah, there's no politics out here. It's just nice and relaxing. And it's a good time. I mean, I could sit out here for hours. Eventually, I'd probably have deer and squirrel and birds come flying in, as long as I was quiet. Then you can't beat this. And if you don't own it, you can go visit it. There are national parks out there. Yeah, they might get busy during the weekends, but they're not really busy during the week. Go out and take a hike in the woods. Still be alert, still be strapping, but relax. Kind of listen to what's going on around you. I can hear a farmer's tractor off in the distance. Yeah, I can hear the bird chirping over there. I can hear the wind coming through. I can feel it. I can smell the fresh forest air. I mean, this is really enjoyable. So now, I'm going to try to find another tree to bring down, small one, for more handle material if I find one that I like the way it looks. If I like the wood and if I like the way it looks. If I don't, no big deal. But I do have the ability to do it. I didn't bring a saw on that. I brought this old knife. Let's see how well that works. So, which way to go? So many directions. Yep. We'll go this way. Stepped on every twig out there. A lot of the trees are about the same. A lot of black oak out here. It's good for the deer. Thinking like that. Looks like a likely one for handle. Especially for the size of knives I'm going to make. I'm not going to make big ones until I kind of figure out what I'm doing. So let's bring it up. Bring it up, you all. All the time you want to cut away from you. So if you do cut through all of a sudden, you don't cut yourself. So it's about the right thickness for what I want. And you have some knots, and that's what I'll have the saw try to clean out. So. I got it chopped here already. That gives me plenty of exercise. close. And no damage on the edge whatsoever. That's a good heat treat. Nice solid wood. So I'll shave it off, let it dry out, and I've got good handle material. And I got a good barn workout in. So basically it was a win-win. Yeah, nice and peaceful it is out here. Alright, we'll make this part 2. I can join the 2 videos. There we go. So I came out, got myself some more nice handle material. And a really good wrist exercise. Takes a lot of energy to do that. Now I'll be up to cook a quick meal. And I think I'm gonna head to the gym. Just do a full body exercise, just do a couple sets of everything. And just get back into it. Oh, man. Still a lot of deer tracks here. I seen deer last night. Took a different way home. Seen 5 deer. And I might do that again tonight. Just go down some back roads by me that I haven't done. So I know there's a lot of cover. Let's see what I can pick up. Here we go. This is where I came in. So let's switch hands. There we go. So Jack, appreciate you sending me that link. And I'll look and see if I can find a less expensive version of it, but you tend to get what you pay for, I've found out. every time I've went cheap, I end up sending it back. But I'll research it, and maybe that'll be a Christmas present to myself. And it would be nice to have a little bit better videos, but I think the next thing I need to do is get one of those sticks. Right now I'm using my stand as a stick. It's not doing too bad of a job. Some good handle material. I need to get that forge set up and start hammering out some blades. I'd like to get one made by Christmas. Just to see what I can do. It'll be a smaller one. Probably like a dagger. And if I like the way it turns out, I know who it's going to go to. And once I get where I kind of know what I'm doing, I'll put more of them out there. What I'll probably do is watch some YouTubes on starting out hammering things into shape. So maybe I can avoid making some mistakes that way. It's always worth a try. So I think I got plenty of handle material for the winter. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, if I put out 3 or 4 blades, that'll be amazing. When they do that forged in fire and they knock them out in like 7 hours, I'm like, yeah, I can see why that's a hard contest. I can see where the difficulty comes in. So everybody, remember rest, nutrition, proper exercise. Go out and enjoy nature. Okay? Live for yourself. Have a wonderful day.